Hello everyone. So today in this video we are going to discuss some important points regarding the private sector lending. So we know that in exams from the private sector lending we will have 3 to 4 marks of case study directly, and they will have ask some numericals regarding this. So this is very important, right? So let's start this video. So first is housing loan. In the housing loan case, for the dwelling units the limit is 20 lakhs. Remember this, and 1 and 2 lakhs for the repairing of. Remember this, repairing of for the repairing in rural and non-rural, semi-urban, right? So 1 lakh and 2 lakh. Remember this, 20 lakhs for the dwelling units, and then for educational purpose the unit is 10 lakh in India, right? And 20 lakhs that is outside of India in case of foreign education, right? So these are the small things. So next there will be, this is from this table you will get definitely 3 to 4 marks of case study. Normally they are asking, right? So here the target is, this is the total priority sector, and this is for the domestic purpose and this is for the foreigners, and these are the domestic banks and they are the foreigners, and with respect to what, that is ANBC, percentage of ANBC. What is the ANBC? That is adjusted net bank credit. The full form of ANBC is adjusted net bank credit. Remember this, right? So this is adjusted net bank credit, right? So let's start this. So total priority sector for domestic, this is 40% of ANBC and 32% of ANBC for foreigners, right? Remember this, they will ask directly, you will have directly questions from this. So for the agriculture, for total agriculture, that is 18% for domestic, right? And it will be nil for foreign, right? So for small enterprise, the targeting for the domestic it's nil, but for the foreign it is 10% of NBC, right? So for export credit, for the domestic not a part of the priority, and for the foreign it is 12% of ANBC for the export credit. So here you can easily understand, see, for total priority 40% for the domestic, and for the foreign this is 32%, 40%, 32 for the total priority. Total agriculture है आपका 18% for the domestic and nil for the foreign. For small enterprise, see here it's nil, and for the domestic and for the foreign it is 10%, right? So export credit, it's a part of the, not a part of the priority for the domestic, but 12% for the foreign, right? So next, advance to weaker section, same, this is the 10% for the domestic, nil for the foreign. आपको बस रिमेंबर करना है 40 32 18 10 10 12, ये आपका हो गया 40 32, हाउ मच 40 एक है, 32 एक है, और नेक्स्ट है 18 है, और 10 है, और नेक्स्ट है 12, और नेक्स्ट है 10, राइट? सो टोटल के लिए 40 32, एग्रीकल्चर के लिए आपका आ गया 18, राइट? एंड स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज के लिए फर्स्ट रहेगा, स्मॉल एंटरप्राइज आपका रहेगा डोमेस्टिक के लिए, तो इसलिए इसका रहेगा नील, एंड फॉरेन के लिए कितना टारगेट है 10%. एंड फॉर एक्सपोर्ट क्रेडिट for domestic this is not a priority, for domestic it is not a priority, and for foreign this is 12%, advance weaker 10% and nil, right? So this is like, this is the weaker section, small marginal farmer with 5 acre. Weaker section you can go through this, and there will be some small, you can go through some examples of weaker section, right? So let me show you these examples. So small marginal farmer who is having a acre with farming with 5 acres. This is 5 acres farming land, then that will be smaller marginal farmers. So this is the MSME Act, that's already revised just in this recently June July. So this is the old one, right? So normally most are confused with whether they have to follow the new or old. So I'll suggest you that you just read both, because the CAIIB IIB has mentioned they will ask before the June 2020, right? So you read both as per the options. If the options are for the new accordingly, then you have to answer. If the options are old accordingly, then you have to answer with the old button, right? So let me discuss with the old, then I will also mention the new one also. For the manufacturing, this is for service. For manufacturing, the micro, small, medium, right? So this is 25 lakhs and 25 to 5 crore, this is small, and 5 to 10 crore आपका medium, right? For service के लिए आपका है 10 lakhs, this is MSCF 2006, 10 lakhs है, 10 to 2 है small, 2 to 5 है medium, right? This is one of the another क्रेडिट एक्सपोजर लिमिट. इंडिविजुअल एंड सिंगल के लिए 15% ऑफ द कैपिटल फंड रहेगा, ग्रुप के लिए 40% ऑफ कैपिटल फंड रहेगा. 5% मोर कैन बी गिवन. हियर ऑल्सो फॉर ग्रुप वी कैन गिव 5% मोर, राइट? क्रेडिट एक्सपोजर लिमिट. This is something for NBFC, right? So for single 10 to 15%, for maximum up to 15 to 20% when invested in infrastructure. For NBFC we can invest like 15 to 20% maximum when the investment will be in the infrastructure, right? So let me show you. So this is the both old, the old, and this is the new, right? Let me show you. For your purpose you can take the screenshot also, so that you can easily remember. So let me open it. So here for the existing MSME, as we have discussed, for manufacturing, and this is service, investment if the less than 25, if 25 then it will be, right? So investment less than 25, that will be micro, and more than 25 and 25, then that will be small, and the investment 5 to 10 crore, that is medium. Same 10 lakh, less than 10 lakh, this is micro. 10 to 2 crore, this is small, and the next one will be if 2 to 5 crore, that will be medium, right? So as per the new, and here investment in plant and machinery, and we are considering the investment criteria. But here in the as per the revised MSME, the composite criteria is investment and annual turnover. What is the difference? Annual turnover we are also considering, right? Here the first one is, you can see, okay. So let me show you this directly. Right. So here for the manufacturing and service, both are the same, and for manufacturing and service, both are now same criteria. So if the investment is less than 1 crore and turnover is less than 5 crore, then this will be micro. If for the small, investment will be 1 to 10 crore, and turnover will be 5 to 50 crore, right? Then that will be small, and investment will be 10 to 20 crore, this is investment, and next will be turnover. Turnover will be 50 to 100 crore, right? So in that case this will be medium, right? So this is very easy, you can easily understand, so you can follow here. So only difference is now we are taking the turnover and the amount has been something changed. So here that we discussed, this is the old one, but today in 2020 the government has revised the private sector lending guidelines, right? So as per the new one, the revised one, right, till the, if you have the options accordingly, then you have to read both of the, and as per the options you have to answer. So as per the, this is the revised one, right? So as per the revised table, the total priority sector for the domestic and the foreign banks. Foreign banks shows less than 20 branches, and domestic forum RRB and small financial banks, foreign banks with 20, commercial banks 20 branches and above. Foreign banks also with 20 banks and above. ये 20 जो this is foreign bank का 20 branches से ज़्यादा होगा, and this is 20 branches less. So here total private sector will be 40% of NBC, and this is for the domestic, and for this, and the next one will be 40% of NBC as computed in para 6, whichever is higher, out of which 32% can be in the form of lending to export, not less than 8% can be to any of the other private sector. Here 32% will be in the form of exports, and 88% will be in the form of to any other priority sector. This is the total priority sector for the foreign banks, the revised one. So here agriculture will be 18% of ANBC, out of which a target of 10% prescribed for the small marginal farmers. And the next, this is not applicable for the foreign banks less than 10-20 branches. And micro enterprise, for micro enterprise, this is 7.5% of ANBC for micro enterprise. This is applicable for domestic one, and foreign branches with 20 branches more. So this is for small and marginal farmers. This is micro enterprise, 7.5%. Remember this, and not applicable for the foreign. So advanced and weaker sections. So this is somehow revised one. This is 12% of NBC, whichever is higher, CEOBC or 12%, right? Not applicable for foreign banks. And here also these are the guidelines for the RRB and small finance, that is included here, right? So you can consider this as per the given. So here one more thing, this is 75% of NBC and 18% for RRB. We are discussing for the RRB, and 7.5% of NBC, whichever is higher, 15% of NBC for RRB. For small finance, same thing, 18, 7, we can say both are same. So likewise you can prepare for the exams, right? So just remember this percentage, and you will have the questions directly, and you need to calculate percentage. Like ANBC will be given 100, right? So they will ask out of 100 how much for the domestic commercial banks, right? That is total private sector, that is 40% of 100. आपको अगर पता होगा, if you know 40%, then you will calculate 40% of 100, that is 40 is the answer. How much for the weaker sections of domestic? That is 10%, sorry 12% as per the revised. So this is 12%. So we are calculating 12% of 100. How much? The answer will be how much? 12. So this will be your answer, right? So likewise you can easily answer if you remember this percentage, and we have both old and new, right? So you can refer both, and as per the options and whatever the given, as IABF told that they will follow the June before pattern, then you can sure that you have to follow both old and new, right? This has been given in the September 2020. So with this, like always, like, share and share our videos, and keep studying. Thanks for watching videos. Thank you.